Warning! The following show may contain strong language, as well as other content that may be unsuitable for a younger audience. The following show may also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so please ensure you check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. I've walked 18 miles so far, got another 32 to go. I may have been kicked off the train, but that won't stop me coming to London. I'm coming, guys! I'm coming! What?
Oh, it's Mr. Mosby back in the Maestro Hotel. Oh, look, the owner is in.
Welcome to the Maestro Hotel. Have you gentlemen been enjoying yourself here? I hope the services have been quite adequate.
There's too much cat fur, and I'm itchy. I'm itchy all over.
I did catch that. Say that again. God damn it, my internet.
There's too much cat fur.
Casper!
Cat fur!
Jasper, I can't hear you!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour mini-sode supplement. This is your vitamin supplement, your protein powder, your freaking, I don't know anything else, any of those other terms.
The topping on the cake, the foam on the beer, the what's that? What other phrases are there? The umbrella on the martini, if martinis are your thing.
The table on the pizza.
The table? No, that doesn't work. The cheese in the pizza.
You know how like when you get pizza and there's like a little table on top?
I've never heard of that trend. Nope. Never seen
that
it. Never
trend?
it.
I don't think it's exactly a trend, but...
There's never a pizza on it. There's never a table on a pizza.
I don't literally mean they put a micro table in a pizza. I mean it's like a little white circle with legs on it.
No, I only know about toothpick through certain types of dishes. Yeah, cool. But a table on a pizza, that's...
They don't literally construct a wooden table for the scale of a cockroach and put it on a pizza. Anyways, I am the Manimal.
Now I know it. It really exists. You weren't pulling my leg. Okay, sorry. Yes.
I am the Manimal, and joining me on this exciting occasion is local Mike Caster.
Owner of a hotel, apparently.
Yeah, he's the owner.
Very happy to be here. What are we doing here, Manimal? Okay, I guess that's jumping into it too quickly. But
Mr. Mosby.
Mr. Mosby.
I'm Mr. Mosby. Please tell me you know Mr. Mosby.
Okay, Mr. Mosby.
Wait, please tell me you know Mr. Mosby.
I know who Mr. Mosby is. He's the hotel owner to Zack and... I forgot that. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody!
Yeah!
I definitely did not Google that. Oh man, I love that series. Did any of the actors go Miley Cyrus on us, or are they?
I don't think so. I think
perfectly normal lives.
I think they've become respectable citizens. I know. Well, you don't see any of them ever that often.
Yeah, no news is better than too much news.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what's up with them. That show, like, it didn't age well. Like, I couldn't watch it nowadays because it's just one of those laugh track sitcoms, cheesy kid shows. But at the time, it was amusing.
It was well done. I mean, Hannah Montana really warmed my heart, but now I can't think of it.
Dude, I watched almost every episode of that show, man. Actually, real talk. It wasn't the worst thing on earth. You know.
It had real values, man.
Real values. It taught me a real lesson that I could just be myself. And wait, that wasn't really the lesson of the show because she wasn't being herself. Technically,
nope.
She was living a double life I guess, or something like that. I don't know.
You know, it's literally an idol show in America.
Oh,
that
it
was
is.
done well.
That kind of is like an idol show, actually, when you think about it. I mean,
Exactly.
maybe those kind of idols are a little bit more free than J-pop idols who can't do anything, but
That's it. That's the American side of things. Imagine an anime, Hannah Montana, with a theme song. Oh yes,
that could be pretty possible, actually. That would be very
Right?
viewable. Huh. Interesting. Anyways, I talked about it in the last episode, but how about you tell us, how was the week?
The week. The week was quite special. I have been finding ways to try to convince myself to, I don't know where this, sometimes I start a sentence and I don't know how it ends before it ends.
Oh no.
No, my week was quite shit, but
Oh,
now I've had
okay.
an amazing day. Inspiration wise, man. And you know the whole thing where other artists are infinitely better than you. Oh God,
That's
then
just
I
the
remembered the
thing to
night
get
episode
over.
we had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Again,
To
there's
get-
always people better than you, but they're
Uh,
not.
that's it.
Remember that they aren't
you're
you.
supposed to be a manga.
No.
You're supposed to coddle me. Coddle me.
Remember
God,
that they aren't you, and only you are you, and only you have your kind of expression that you can put in your art. That's true. That's real facts right
But,
there.
but I want the expression that makes you popular. You know what you're supposed to do to be a successful artist? Draw something photorealistic. You are set for life.
You know what you're supposed
You
to
are
do
the
to be a
boss.
successful artist?
Yes. Draw photorealistic. Be patient enough
No.
to render a nice, beautiful woman, add some nice effects or something, and then you're a great artist and you get thousands of
All
likes.
you have to
and-
do is do the trendy fan art on DeviantArt, like the Overwatch and all that stuff. Just get like the whatever's popular, do some fan art, and then you'll be successful, right?
But that feels cheap.
And then you'll start complaining that nobody cares about your OCs. But, that's how all those people go. That's why you can't establish yourself that way if you, I don't know, whatever. But
How was
Yeah.
your week, though? I was going to go on a rant there, but
I said it in the last episode. It's the same as always. Recorded some new tracks. And you recorded some tracks too, Mr.
I
Lego.
did. If we're talking about my twin brother, Ahazerus, on SoundCloud, who totally
is
didn't
that your-
accidentally put his real name as his URL. That is amazing. That is amazing.
Oh, your twin brother, eh? That was
Yeah,
him.
but yeah, I also saw some of your tracks. I finally listened to Yuri Goggles, which is actually an older one. I have yet to listen to Cause Blocked, but I did like Goofball, and Nostalgia makes me puke sometimes.
Oh, those
the
are fun.
guitars at the
Thank you
beginning.
for listening to those, Lego. Again,
Wise things.
that's what I was getting
Just-
back to the point, right? Obviously, these aren't amazing songs. They don't sound good, but they're my songs still. And there's some kind of, even if it's just a personal value, if you make stuff like that, it's still a thing that you're doing. You're putting stuff in the world. Like, I have songs that exist on Earth,
Yeah,
And
you
so
know,
do you.
I have to.
right?
I have
That's
to
the thing.
really thank you. Yeah, I really have to thank you for getting me into this one. I mean, I was the one who decided to finally record more, but I was just like, you know what? Why not? Because I'm
Yeah.
always going to be an amateur in absolutely everything that I have an interest in, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether I freaking want to learn how to play football all of a sudden, I'll always be an amateur. And I can't just stop doing things just because there's pros out there. It just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
It's
well,
too-
everyone's an amateur until they're not, right? Like, real talk, eh?
Yeah.
And I think in terms of stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, sometimes the
I
sentence
just
is
pulled the
hard.
Lego. I started the
don't know how
sentence
to
without
end.
knowing where it was going.
Let's actually talk the song. Okay, real talk. Okay, what do I need to learn to make my song sound more palpable? How do you even do your drum lines? I'm
I
like,
play
oh,
the
bad
drums.
he has drums.
I
God
I
damn.
hit drums. You know how I learned drums? I played songs a lot. That's it.
You have drums.
Yeah.
Electric ones or legit ones?
Legit
They're both
ones.
legit, but I mean analog. Yes.
Yeah, that's why they sound like shit. Because they're loud. Yeah,
it
man.
it complements the song. Oh man. And what are you doing? Are you making single tracks or are you making an album? Because I've
Yeah,
considered.
I'm always working on albums. I got my 4th one upcoming. Oh. See, that's just, I love making things. It's nice to just have stuff, like, and that's the same with comics and anything else. You can sit around and plan this stuff all day, but what's ultimate is being like, look at this. I have things. I have albums and comics, and I'm that's not me bragging about myself, but I'm saying that could be you bragging about yourself if you do things, person listening to this.
Yep, indeed. You listener, whoever is listening, and we sincerely hope you're listening this time around, because
Yeah.
we have to fill up the fun factor for the happy hour, because our friends are going on a very nice trip with a nice boat.
They are on a nice boat. Hopefully they haven't lost their heads yet. But we'll see how that goes down.
They're heading to LAGC, the London Anime Convention. I don't know what the GC stands for.
I think it's game convention
gaming.
too. Yeah,
Game,
game. I think that's
anime and gaming convention.
Yeah.
And it's also another legendary meetup. The first one was already legendary because manga readers finally met, but this time 2 people from America are going to London. That is the Nair Bonds and the Corin. No, I think the only works for Manimal. The prefix only works for Manimal.
Well, when you use it as the Nair Bonds, like that sound, because his name is Nair Bonds. So, because it has the S at the end, so you're like the Nair Bonds, like a collection of Nair Bonds on the floor. Like, I spilt my Nair Bonds everywhere! You know? That sounds a little odd. I hate when I spill my Nair Bonds on the floor.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am looking forward to a lot of the content that they bring out. And
Again.
talking again.
I want them to do Americans Try Crisps for the first time. Or, yeah, crisps and chips. They need to do that. Because it still freaking blows our mind, freaking vacant. They call fries chips. That makes no sense to me. Why would you call
fries chips?
And then they call chips crisps! Are you serious?
That doesn't make sense. They're French fries. Live with it. Deal with it.
It doesn't make any sense. See, even Lego gets it. You guys are weird. Vacant. You're weird. You're
and
odd.
I learned British English, Olga. Can't you hear my amazing British accent? You guys colonized us and we call chips. No wait.
Bad.
Oh my god, we call chips.
Chips.
Oh my god. Yeah, we do call in dubs where I come from. We do call French fries chips. We do. I just learned it later that it doesn't make sense.
You actually do?
Yeah, in the homeland, but I what's that? I know it sounds odd to me now after being exposed to other media and stuff, but
What is? I don't get it. Why would you call fries chips? Because there's nothing chip-like.
The word sounds thin. The word sounds thin.
Is it because it's a chip of a potato? Like you're taking potato, like chips of potato? It makes no sense. Because you fry them. You freaking put them in grease, and you fry them. So they're called fries because they're fried. I mean, I guess chips are crispy, so you'd call them crisps. But
they're freaking potatoes that were cooked. Fried.
Potatoes that were cooked. I make chips. I put my potato in the oven, and Doritos come out.
That brings a whole new context to, I'll take my potato chip and eat it!
Right?
I guess he took a French fry and ate it. McDonald's.
Oh, really, eh? If they localized it for the UK, he'd probably be frickin' biting into a fry on that part. He'd have his McDonald's
I took a fry. Yep.
Sorry, he'd have his Whack Donald's or McDonald's or whatever they'd call it.
Whack dogs, what the hell are those? But you shouldn't be talking. Canadians have very weird foods there too. You mentioned one thing that you're eating, and I'm like, what was that? What's a Hortons? Were you eating a human? Are you cannibal?
Ice cap. Tim Hortons, man.
An ice cap? Were you eating a hat made out of ice? Like, okay, cool.
An ice
Cool. Cool.
What?
Whatever floats
Why
your
would you
boat,
think
man.
that? Ice caps are literally
Dude.
like a blizzard, like the freaking like ice cap
It's
zone.
the image that comes to mind, man. Seriously.
No, I'm
Explain
not
some
gonna.
of these to the layman.
I've
It's
never
not
thought
obvious.
of. Not
The
once in my
freaking
life.
ice cap.
Not once in my life have I drank an ice cap and been like, "Wow, this is just like drinking a hat."
Who would know, man? Who would know? Canada has lots of ice. Maybe there's some sort of amazing culture where they make molds in the ice out of hat molds, heart-shaped molds.
They make
Then they fill them with
molds.
water, and then they let it freeze, and then they drink an ice cap. So cool.
That's kind of fascinating, actually.
I'm going to totally do it one day.
That's an intriguing
In the
idea.
future!
Damn, that's pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
enough with that silliness. What have you been watching or reading recently?
The rule of Legomaestro is you answer the question that you just asked. Okay, that makes no sense. I have been reading Webline Toons lately, webtoons.com. You know the site, dude? Infinite canvas comics, basically, and they're usually full color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was reading Night Run, an amazing action series. Oh gosh, I don't know. I doubt it would be your thing, but it's sci-fi. The art is just sketchy enough for me to feel hopeful, like One Punch Man and Mob Psycho does for me.
Is that what
But
you
it is-
do? You like to look up sketchy manga, so you're like, "Hey, I could do that."
I'm a simple man. I want to draw things.
I'm
too.
not dissing you.
Come on. Okay. I do like amazing art when I see it. Which one was that one? Actually, that's a manga that I need to recommend to you. I'll Google it at a point when it's your turn to explain what manga you like. But I've been reading Night Run and one random pointer to Boruto manga. The artist has finally gotten the style down to a science. I totally hate the character and the whole thing that they're sequel baiting it, but I like that the artist has got it into his element. I mean, his action scene looked cool. What I'm watching is interesting though. This is it because I live in the nice, friendly land of Germany where everything unlicensed will not appear no matter how much you wish for it. I've been reduced to going on YouTube to watch old anime movies. It sounds really sad at first, but then I've found some amazing things, some nice gems. I'm actually going to write some more reviews. I watched the Highlander anime movie, which is basically just action. It's just yet another strange wanderer, alone, badass wanderer who's lived too many years and he's bent on revenge, a la Vampire Hunter D, a la Trigun, a la what's that, gun sword, a la all you know the trope. This guy, Doctor Who, I guess, but he's not really on.
So like the guy who walks into the village by himself and like takes them all down and leaves by sunrise, walking into the sunset.
Exactly. And he's thirsty. And the funny thing is, I've watched two anime movies one after the other with the same thing. Those Shin Anyo Oshi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was this one is based on a Chinese manhwa that I read a long time ago that was amazing. Anyway, I'm enjoying the YouTube movies. But this should be interesting to you too. Have you ever heard of Rock and Roll?
God damn! I play.
Please.
Have I ever heard of Rock and Roll? Oh, I did it wrong.
No. Rock and Rule. R-U-N-E. Rock and Rule, the movie. The Canadian animation movie classic.
The Canadian
Apparently.
animation movie you call Rock and Roll?
The animators for this movie worked on Inspector Gadget. Okay, you know what? It was made in 1983. I found it on YouTube and watched it. Dude, just watch it. There's even a making of documentary, and I was just like, wow, the animation for this. I would like to hear your comments on the music, but it's basically some evil villain wants to summon a demon using the power of a maiden's voice, and she's breaking and to do that he breaks up her rock band her amateur rock band and then and then they're all anthropomorphic characters, so fairies would be very happy.
Wait, is this called Rock and Rule?
No, it's called Rock. Oh yeah. ROCK and RULE.
Okay,
Rock
see now it makes sense to me. Okay, now I can see.
Cool. I just liked the animation. It was really an interesting watch. And basically, I've been on a YouTube old school anime movie watching binge, and it's been interesting. I know what itch that I've been needing to scratch for a very long time when it came to anime, because I'm like, oh, new anime, I'm so lazy. I wanted the originality. I wanted the gravitas. Actually, not gravitas. Just you know, when they had more concerns about how good something looks than now, when they're back to McDonald's. I mean, there's always a period of McDonald's where, okay, food as fast as possible. We don't give a shit how much quality it has, and yeah, that's normal. But yeah, I wanted to return to a time when anime was worked on. The characters are badass and the men look manly. Yes, I want to be buff. I want to have a trench coat. Yes.
Lego, no.
Yes! No, I don't want to be in a high school uniform sitting in the back of the class when a harem is surrounding you and you're just blushing and going, oh no, how horrible, lots of girls like me. God damn.
That's the issue with Seiren.
God damn
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I hate those kind of leads too. It's so irritating.
Entire episode dedicated to that.
Like, even if the idea is to be a self-insert character, does anyone want to self-insert them into some lame-o like that?
The problem isn't that they're shy. The problem is they run away.
No human does that.
Human does that. Like, if you're being hunted, okay, fine. It's not the normal thing that happens. But if you're being hunted, get eaten. Don't say, oh no, and then they literally run. Oh my god,
it's frustrating sometimes. It really is.
Oh,
I know, all these shows, like, those leads are just terrible all the time.
What is that supposed to teach someone?
I mean, I guess it teaches you. Maybe harem shows teach you to be faithful, so that's why the guy doesn't go for anybody, right? So it's like, hey, don't cheat, don't mess around.
Because the girl he's after, he doesn't. They don't even help the girl they're after.
See,
it'd be nice if there were pathetic wimps who are like, okay, I'll do everything nice for the girl. They're like, nope. They don't do anything nice for the girl. They're
that's true.
They're just embarrassed. They just.
I know, but see, I think maybe a show like School Days teaches you don't cheat or you'll be decapitated.
Okay, yeah. I mean, School Days. One thing that I have with School Days, I just wish there was more padding to the episodes. I think they should have added side characters who did other they did do other stuff that were messed up.
I mean, there were side characters that kind of did things and kind of had their storylines, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I was really glad it's a troll anime to recommend, but I only watched it because I had a lot of time. It's impossible to recommend that anime because
I recommend it to people. It's an experience to witness.
It's an experience, but they have to reach the ending. And some of the middle episodes, you're like, oh, come on. This is boring. This is just,
a little bit.
This is just on. And then the final episode. I laughed and I Schadenfreude. The Germans have a word for it. Happiness at someone else's misfortune.
Oh.
I laughed at that last scene. Oh my god!
Did you pound your desk in joy and be like, "Yes, finally"?
Dude, what was your reaction? Were you like, "Oh no"? Were you like, "Wow"?
I was like, "Oh my god, whoa!" Because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Actually, I just knew it was a messed up show. I didn't know about the ending when I watched it. So it was still kind of surprising. It was like, oh my god. Anyways, is that it for what you watched?
No, I feel it's your turn. I mean,
I talked about it in the last episode, and man, I only
you
watched
really
seasonal.
You really need to fill me up. You know what? Oh, wait, when did you even record that? I totally missed it.
Last
what was I
night.
doing yesterday? Okay. Is this the album swap?
No, this is the supplementary minisode. We're doing we're just chilling here, and we're filling.
I'm just chilling and chilling.
We're chilling out in the Maestro Hotel.
Yeah, we're chilling out in the Maestro Hotel. Would you like a cup of wine, or perhaps an ice cap, or an ice shoe, if that is your thing?
Oh God, Lego, yes. But I can say that I tried Funimation's anime service. I didn't actually watch anything on it though. Let me tell you how terrible their site is. Okay, so in Funimation, you go and do the trial, and I think you just put in your email, and it automatically makes an account for you without having a username or password. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. So then you gotta frickin' make your username and password, but their site is terrible, and it's hard to describe, but they have a very terrible and hard to use site compared to Crunchyroll. But
That is amazing.
then I was looking at the shows they have, and it's a lot of like, oh yeah, that show, yeah, I watched that. Like you kind of get excited, like, oh, Full Metal Panic, yeah, I watched it. Evangelion, yeah, I watched it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I could watch it again.
I don't think I'll ever find the anime that I want on these streaming sites. It's terrible as well. I mean, one thing is that I'm tired of the new school anime, which is very predictable. But oh man,
I don't mind shows like that because it can be fun, and there's a lot of stuff that still can pop a lot, like High School Fleet and Flying Witch. There's a lot of shows that can go past expectations. Yeah.
But I want to be old school. I want to be the dude who's walking around with a pencil and notepad while everyone's on their laptops.
Then you can be old school if you want. No one's making you be new school. But yeah, Crunchyroll definitely favors the new stuff. There's not a lot of old stuff on there. I think there's like... I think Harlock is on there. You know Captain Harlock?
Oh, Captain Harlock! I need to watch one of the movies at least. I don't understand what it is. It's a legendary anime that I can't touch. I don't know where to start. The manga, the animes, or the...
Well, there's the TV series, which is like a lot of episodes, actually. I watched the first episode, and, you know, shows like that are kind of hard to watch in comparison because they're very slow and have obviously not as much animation or stuff going on, so it's kind of hard to get in the mood if you're switching between these new shows and stuff like that. Like, sometimes it's nice to see old animation, but old, like, TV animes aren't necessarily the best to look at all the time.
Yeah, they're produced on a budget. Was it Legend of Galactic Heroes?
Oh yeah, that's one of the classic titles too.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I'm totally in the old school vibe, man. There's even, it's not quite related, but it mentions this whole why I like old school things. There was a video done by Bry Hard on YouTube, I think. He was talking about why CG looks so bad in anime. And I told you guys, that that Berserk is awful because you guys hate.
Everyone knows that it's awful, though. I think I'm not gonna say I don't know how the show is because I've never even seen Berserk, but maybe people just have come to accept that this is what they're gonna get. So you just gotta live with it and be like, it's not.
I'll talk about that handshakers anime.
Handshakers.
Yes. You guys totally shat on the horrible 3D, and I told you it's a factor.
I think again, the thing with Berserk is after a while, you know, eventually the first reaction will be like, "Oh no," but then you'll be like, "This is all we got, so we got to deal with it," you know. But come on, it does look horrible.
Exactly, you are the one. You are definitely the one saying that. Just deal with it. Just watch it. It's a horrible. It's bad.
What else can you do though? You can't get Berserk any other way.
You can shit on it and hate it. It's the same principle with live action.
Yeah, man. You can. I'm not saying you can't.
No, wait. But like, can you set your argument? Because I don't understand your argument. When I complain about a live action,
I don't have an argument. I was saying why some people are cool with it. You know, I'm not saying that you should be cool with it because should you accept something that looks shit like that? I don't know, but I'm not. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't like CG in anime ever. I think it always looks bad. Except, I mean, again, JC staff, sometimes their backgrounds look pretty good with CG. It's getting better. It was used pretty naturally in Bakuan for the bikes and everything, and it was actually not... It's always noticeable. You're always going to notice, because it's always glossy, and there's this weird look to it. Especially JC in... JC staff's great, man. But especially in idol shows, there's always... The dance scenes are always in CG, because that's obviously hard to animate, and... You always notice it, and it always looks weird because all of a sudden the character models are like super skinny and have these freaking gloss eyes. Like, it's pretty bad in the first season of Love Live. Oh my god, that CG is not good. And it's in Idol Incidents from this season, which is a bad show that's entertaining. It also has bad CG in it.
Oh man, JC's staff are veterans. Okay, I just checked them out. Damn,
I think
31 years ago. Damn.
I think that they were one of the last
These guys
studio.
are-
They were one of the last studios to transfer to digital, actually, or were they one of the? I think because there was one making of I watched where they were still painting the backgrounds and everything. That was cool to see. It always fascinates me, and that's the thing.
Nice.
It's fascinating how these shows are made to think that a human being draws the keyframes, because when you actually watch a show, you're like, someone's drawing all of this, and every week they just
Man.
nonstop flow. Sometimes I can't stop thinking about that, and I'm just like, oh my god, like it's
I
such
know
a weird
the feeling,
thing.
man.
Like some
Have you
people
seen
like,
the?
Hmm?
No, continue. Like some people, what?
No, like there's one animated from Kyoto Animation, which Kyoto Animation is my favorite anime studio, definitely. But there was someone animating. There's a scene in the opening of Tamako Market where Tamako like comes down with the bird, and it's a really cool sequence. But like, yeah, watching the animation of it, it's like, whoa, I can't imagine, because it has an art style, but all these people are animating it, and obviously they're somehow all drawing the same. That's what kind of baffles me, right? Could you imagine it? Would you like to do that, Lego? Drawing in a style like that that's not yours? Just going along with what everyone else is doing. Would you like that?
I don't know, man. Like for the money, yeah, sure, but
That's just
Nope.
what's crazy to me. It's like, how skilled do these people have to be to do something like that? They're all drawing consistently. There's someone checking all this shit too.
that just
Like-
shows how good they are, I guess. So if you can change your style, that means you understand the fundamentals enough to draw or whatever. But oh man,
Mhm. Yeah, like watching, like if you go on YouTube and look up the behind the scenes of studios, it's actually really cool to watch that stuff. And then you'll never be able to watch shows the same. The same if you watch Shirobako, which I highly recommend to everybody because that show's amazing.
Shirobako, I haven't watched it yet. Was
It's
there
on
a cat-
Crunchyroll. You can check it out. I highly, highly recommend that show. It is freaking incredible.
Naturally, Shirobako is not available in my wonderful, wonderful country.
Oh.
Fuck. this
Well,
place.
what would you know? Of course. So, again, once you see the behind the scenes, you can never look at things the same again, because you're always like, and I never used to notice bad animation before, but now I'm always like, oh, look at those eyes. That looks weird. Like in Schoolgirl Strikers, there are some
Oh.
awful frames in this show.
Ah man,
There
like
is
on
some
one side it's nice
truly
to be able to
awful
appreciate
frames.
that, but on the other hand, it's a pretty. Doesn't it take away from it? Like
Yeah,
oh,
like all of a
man.
sudden, like the worst is when there's two characters talking and they're not looking at each other. There's just those derp eyes looking at the ground. You know what I mean? When it's kind of like a mid shot and then you just got eyes on the ground that aren't blinking ever. And like Kyoto Animation is still always great for character animation, for background details and everything. Like in Hibike Euphonium 2, like the character movements and direction, they always manage to keep these things going and moving the whole time. And it's, well, actually with K-On!, if you watch the ending sequences, they're especially impressive. Like the actual mini music videos. Like I've been looking at this one gif of Mio nonstop. It's just the way that like her hair moves and there's like these perfect tilts. It's like, oh wow, because like a lot of shows are just choppy, and once you see stuff like this, you can't help but notice it and be like, someone
can't
had to
go
do
back.
that really quick. Someone had to rush the shit out of this to get it on time.
Oh man, those is some documentary where for Gurren Lagann actually, some cute an idol type, I don't know if she was a voice actor or something. She went to visit the studios and she was allowed to draw some keyframes to one random scene.
Yeah.
And in the usual Japanese manner, the director's like all respectful and say, "Oh yeah, you did a really good job for your first time." And I thought it was really good. But he pointed out like 5 different mistakes that are like, oh, this is really choppy here, and she only did literally like 5 keyframes, 5 animation frames, not keyframes, 5 in-betweens. In-betweens is the word, and oh man,
You gotta
and
keep
you
that
have
shit
to do
tight.
that times 10, keep it tight. No mistakes, no time to
I can't
to be
imagine that.
cornered and like, you ought to get better next time. No, these people work on a schedule, and then oh god, it's amazing.
It is
It's amazing.
crazy. actually, with any kind of animation in general. It's just like, oh, okay. And that's what's still great about anime, is that it's still not... There's still a human element to it. It's not just computers for everything. I mean, eventually that's what it will be. But for now, it's not.
The weight of the history, though, you know, it's just like I'm just amazed at how anime looks, how anime the animation looks, how anime the characters always look. For you immediately notice what it is, and you're just like, oh man, how did they do all of this? I mean, you can't expect not at the moment, but I can't expect my homeland to suddenly come up with African animation that looks so distinctive that it is definitely not Disney. It's definitely not Disney. It's definitely not I don't know what the big company name is for Ghibli. I guess it's Ghibli. Yeah, it's definitely not Disney. It's definitely not Ghibli. Even when I see Korean animation, I still think still anime-ish. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, cartoons, and this is, you know, cartoons obviously generally have their own styles and stuff, which is cool as well, you know. But I think with a lot of cartoons, they're just kind of gross, ugly styles. I mean, something like SpongeBob is great. Like, I love the style, especially the close-ups, and, you know, same with Ren and Stimpy and all that stuff. There's great animation and art value in that.
You know what, we should really go off the rails at a point and discuss that side of it. Who made SpongeBob?
Nickelodeon.
It's Nickelodeon who made it. Isn't Nickelodeon just like the service provider, like an ISP to the web, to an internet website? Like they made
what? They're the channel. I don't know. I don't know the crew. I don't know the exact people who made it. I don't know the exact.
You're manimal. You research these things. You freaking know all.
No, I know the guy's name. What is it? Steven Hilberg, something like that. The guy who made it or something.
You know what's hilarious? I find SpongeBob in German here. I'm just like, some of these cartoons are literally everywhere. Oh man,
SpongeBob.
It's a sponge under the sea.
I think SpongeBob is the best cartoon of all time. I'm not joking.
The characters, some of them look butt ugly. And
that's like, again, the first three seasons of SpongeBob are my favorite cartoon because they still hold up and they're just hilarious. And there's a certain amount of timing and the reactions, the voice acting, the crazy jokes and everything, you know?
You know, I definitely think you're influenced by SpongeBob. I mean, it's pretty obvious when nostalgia makes me puke sometimes has a red-eyed SpongeBob.
Yeah. Well, again, I was absolutely influenced by SpongeBob and Rocco and everything when I started making comics because I like, you know, you got to find whatever your kind of expression is, obviously. And for me, it's making silly things. And it just feels correct. Like, I think a lot of people worry about how good things are. Does this look good? Does this look like what the pros do? Or stuff like that, you know? But this is a hard conversation in this regard because you don't want to say to somebody, oh, just scribble on a page and it's your expression because you need some level of ability.
I get it, man. I also want to somehow explain why I like such shitty, sketchy art and want to be behind it, even though technically in a professional era it wouldn't work. Okay, let me just say, when you're studying for medicine, you probably do want to be. That doesn't even work as an analogy. Okay, fine.
No, if you're a doctor, you have to be good at being a doctor.
I don't want a doctor who's like an artist who says, you know,
this is my style. This is my surgery style.
This is my surgery. This is my art table. No, I wouldn't want
This is my own original surgery.
That is not what I would want.
Don't steal it. But don't steal my scalpel style. Yeah.
But say you're still in the same area of medicine, right? And you're working in more of a psychological side of things. Not to say that psychiatrists are a weaker medicine of subject or whatever, but you can have a certain freedom. Like, okay, I'll set up my office to look creative, or I'll go with a walk with my patient and
Yeah.
introduce them to Elvis Presley music or something. I have the room to do this, and yeah, I don't even know how that works as an analogy to art.
Well,
Let me just say,
hmm
I want to be able to do the expression part of things, and I would love to do the professional side of things, but I just don't have it.
Well, you don't have it because do you work on it?
You know what? I have been playing my guitars for how long now? Is it the better part of 3 months? I mean, I've always been playing on and off, and I am so amateur, but I am having fun. I am legitimately having fun. And that's just a rough estimate, but by complete minute to minute basis, right? Like overall experience for my entire lifetime, because I really haven't been playing long. You've definitely been playing long, and I've
Well,
been having
Lego,
fun.
I've been playing for 7 years, but I wasn't anything until freaking 5 years in. That's how long it took me before I was like, hey, I can make my own stuff too, kind of. So you can't. Yeah, and I'm not saying that I'm good now because I never want to say I'm good because there's always room
You're
to be
good.
better. You
I
should
mean,
never, well, I don't know, but you should never be like, yeah, I'm great. That's it.
I know the
because you
temptation
can
to just
always
settle.
be better than what you are. You know?
I mean, as a default, we all have inner editors who tell us quite clearly, your shit, you better be as good as this person. I mean, I've
Yeah.
literally come from before getting on the podcast from a grand defeat where people commented on something else more than my drawing, and I'm just like, I deserve it. I definitely should have worked better, but still,
I know what you mean.
know,
And
I had what's that? Last year was definitely a bit. Was it 2 years ago? I think before the happy hour started, and definitely before Larry Pine, around the Larry Pine area time area before Larry. Which year was that?
that was the
What is
beginning.
English?
That was like literally 1 year ago.
Yeah, literally 1 year ago. Huh? Shorter time than I imagined. But around that time, I was looking around the forums, right? And I love manga readers, and it's amazing. But you rarely have pros who stick around and talk with people on a friend-to-friend basis. And
Yeah.
I kept on waiting for the pro who appears and shows their manga and comes and comments, because I haven't seen that since anime Doodler was around and some other characters, and I was just like, I was waiting for the pro who would be the spirit of the forum. They're just like, okay, let's do a storyboard workshop.
I
let
see
me
what
help
you
you,
mean, yeah.
hand holding. And I guess
Hand
that
holding.
That's
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
can't
baby.
look for that.
I'm
You can't.
baby. Come on. But you know what I mean. I mean, there was no spirit for me to look to go after, and I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of waiting. I want to do. I just want to draw something.
Yeah.
May I please? So I made a comic, and I was like,
Damn.
oh, okay, that's possible. Okay, fine. And then I don't know who contacted who, but Larry Pine came along, and I was busy with my damn language lesson. I was like, you know what? Why the hell not? I have waited for so long for some sort of, that event, the one those anime protagonists experience, like in Bakuman, where they're like, oh, let's make a manga. Nope, it never happened. I just did it. Just do it. Shia LaBeouf style.
Like,
No
literally,
big-
that's the only advice that you can give people is to do things. 'Cause
Serious. There's
I can tell you a million things about what you should do, but all that matters is if you do it.
Just-
And
it's sad how simple it is. It's just like,
see,
just
that
do
is
it,
the
man.
thing. I think everyone realizes how simple things like that are, but not everybody
And
has the motivation to do it. I certainly don't with comics. Like, I'm like, I could literally I could have drawn freaking 20 issues of Mango PI from the time that I came up with the idea to now. No, I would have had the whole series done. I could have done that. I could have had it inked.
You would actually.
It could have been amazing. Well, it wouldn't have been amazing, but it would have been a thing. It could have been done, but it's not because I didn't try, And-
I also stepped off my penance comic, and yeah, it would have been a thing, but nope. I just keep on shitting on myself like a professional self-shitter.
See,
I just
and
stop.
That's why do you want to accept that, or do you want to be better
Nope.
than that? Right?
Nope. I'm
You
not
know.
accepting it anymore. It's just like,
Mhm.
and I want that feeling of having printed works. You said you printed your stuff?
Oh yeah,
la
I've
Doji.
printed all my comics and everything. Yeah, it's great. It's once you again to have like I burn my albums on CD, and I'm like, I have it in a CD
You
case.
burned your albums on CD.
Yeah, I have my own stuff on CD, so I can put it. I do that so I can put it with my other CDs and be like, hey, look, one of those has my name on it. It's a thing like that. It's
Oh man,
that gives
Yeah,
you
I think
motivation to do something like
it does.
that.
It does. I think the sweet spot is when you really believe that like for a continuous moment, right? You're like, what do I have to lose? I'm just doing it for me. And yes, it's great
That's
to
the only
have
person you should do it for.
yeah, because the hunt for the likes and the exposure and the favorites, it will bite you badly at a point. It can go well, but I think you need to have that self-confidence, just not self-confidence, rather it's just a self-drive. I just want to make my comics, man. God
Then
damn it.
All you
I don't
have
even need to
do is
justify myself.
yeah, but
Except I need to listen to Heartbreak Hotel.
yeah, the actual one. Because how did you
Didn't
come?
know.
No, I'm not gonna forgive you for this. How did you literally make a song called Heartbreak Hotel without knowing
maybe
the original?
I really didn't know there was a song called Heartbreak Hotel. Maybe I heard it in my
Did you
in my
subconsciously channel the title from your brain, from some part of
I
your
thought
brain?
it was an original title. I was like, let me make a simple lyrics
No,
with very god.
you actually
I'm
thought that.
Released in 1956. You know what? This is another argument for just
that came out in 1956, not 66.
56. Yes, 56. Slip of the tongue. But yeah, you know, this is also another reason to just do your things, man. Because there's
Hey
only
Lego.
in 1,000 years ago.
Hey Lego, I came up with the song called Stairway to Heaven. I wonder if it'll go over well. Right? Yeah, pretty much that. But I don't know. I think that we've had a substantial mini-sode here.
Yeah, I think we got a substantial episode. I was still waiting for some sort of game or some sort of actual topic, but I guess it just carried itself. Like all good episodes should. It was fun, man.
Yeah, so
Bam.
this has been Mr. Mosby and the Maestro Hotel. What's in the vending machine? What's in the vending machines?
Have been advert. Well, actually, I don't know who set this hotel up, but I do like the money, so feel free to stay here.
I think that I will.
As long as you want Mr. Mosby.
What's for breakfast?
Wait. Mr. Mosby's black, and you're a bit lighter than Mr. Mosby. Show me some ID, God damn it! Who are you?
Why? Then you can be him if you want to.
Who are you?
Who am I? Find out never. No.
Get him!
Wait.
Security!
I'm out of here. Bye.